Hi there, everybody. Bold the Builder here. I'm trying something new. Got the new mic. Hopefully, you can hear me better. And we're gonna talk about the outdoor furnace. Is outdoor furnace good for you? So let me tell you of the story of my outdoor furnace. Mine's Hawken Energy. They had two different sizes. This is the bigger size. It holds. I'll bring it closer, but basically, it's a giant firebox surrounded by something like I think 450 gallons of water. I'll double check the specs, but I think that's what it is. And there's a circulator in the back, and I have a pipe running underneath my driveway through the garage to my furnace. So I'll show you that later how all that works. But you can see the spot over there where there's no snow. That's where the pipe comes out. That's why there's no snow, because pipe should be buried. Ideally, frost protection in here is 42 inches, so it should be 42 inches, but it's only about 2 feet. And when it goes under the driveway, you can see there's no snow there either. It kind of melts a lot faster. So number one, you have to live in the country. Okay, they probably won't let you use it in the cities. That's one. Or should I start? You have to own the house first. Kind of hard to do this in an apartment building. Number one is the wood. You gotta have a source of low cost or free wood, and you gotta have a lot of free time. If you don't have any of it, then it's definitely not for you. If you gotta buy the wood, if you gotta buy the logs and split them, then it's definitely not worth it. The amount of time that it costs you, you might as well just be buying oil. Uh, Unless, and that's where we're heading right now, heating oil is gonna be $4, just like during the Obama administration, where this thing definitely paid for itself a couple of times. Now the cost, my setup as it sits right now with the pipe, with the heat exchanger and everything, was about $8,000. So it's definitely high cost, but if you figure, I would probably go through probably close to $2,000 of heating oil every year. So you're talking 4 years on a normal basis in return. This also does my hot water. It doesn't do the hot water in the summer. In the summer, basically, we have I believe it's April till October. We cannot use it. That's a town city ordinance. So that's where my electric water heater kicks in. But anything outside of that, this thing is running, unless we have a really mild winter, or should I say fall. Then I usually run the regular boiler till we get the snow, till we get it real cold. Now, because of the long piping, I got like 150 feet, and fact that I didn't bury it deep enough, I got quite a bit of loss. That's about a 20-degree loss between water temperature from the boiler till it hits my boiler. And what that means is it doesn't quite keep my indoor boiler up to 180 as it should. Ideally, it will be between 160 and 180. It drops down to 140, but I never had a problem with that. Sometimes when it gets down to single digits, I'll turn the main boiler on as well, just to help out a little bit. But 90% of the time, it works just fine. So let me bring you closer and before we go in, how much wood we go through. We had a pretty bad winter this year. Last year, I literally burned half the amount of wood I did so far now. So let me show you this way. So you can see the big pile of wood I got covered up. So I had a line coming up to here, probably 16 feet, probably 5 feet high. So I went through I'm gonna say about 3 cords so far. If you base the cord on 4 by 4 by 8, so probably 3 of them, let's say 4 of them, just for the sake. Let's say I burned 4 of them so far, and I definitely have plenty of wood for this season, and there's a big pile behind that's not even a split, so I'm good for the next year as well. Plus I got a bunch of dead ash trees I gotta take down, so I'm good on wood. This year, should I say last year, I gave away bunch of wood. So how this is how my setup works. It's simple as it is. You got a single switch, the light bulb goes on, that means the thing is off, and you have a temperature gauge. This has a what they call an anti-blow thing, so when you hold it, it doesn't blow out on you, okay? And as you can tell, it's a big firebox. You can easily fit 3-foot logs in there. Basically, if you can pick it up and shove it in there, it'll burn. All of this is, you can see on the bottom, there's a big fan in this box. There's a big fan in the box and a relay that turns on the fan whenever temperature drops below, I believe it's 160 degrees. Whenever it drops below that, it turns on the fan, and the fan gets the fire going. Now, right now, I filled this up. It's about, let's see, what time is it? Sorry about the shaky thing. So it's almost 12 o'clock. I filled this up last night at 6. So you can still see pieces in there, plenty of coal. It's about 32 degrees. So right now, I'm not even gonna mess with it. Usually if I go to work, what I do, I throw one piece in there, 1 or 2. Right now I'm not even gonna mess with it, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Just to show you the wood, I do not have to split it into small pieces, okay? Generally, I like to keep them big. As long as I can pick it up and shove it in there, that's all I need, okay? So that's the way I split it. And my dog is barking for some reason. Now at the back, my floor guys just installed the floor at one of the houses. This is all the scraps of the hardwood floor. So I asked them to put the garbage in one bag and put scraps in the other bag, and I just shove the whole bag right inside the thing, and it burns really nicely. I also used to bring all the scraps from the framing jobs here and burn them as well. What's up, dog? What are you barking about? Come here. Come here. Come here. What's the matter? You scared of camera? Come here. Ah, you little scaredy dog. Alright, so excuse the mess in my garage. But let's see, right there, you see that's the pipe wrapped in aluminum foil that comes from underground and goes along the side right here. You can see 2 pipes coming in, goes into my boiler room. Now there's a filter over there that you can supposed to be cleaning. I never did. This is the heat exchanger, so basically the water comes into the heat exchanger and circulates back. So this circuit doesn't stop the whole winter. And I have another circulator on my boiler, same thing, the circulator is running, and it keeps the boiler up to temperature. Right now we at, let me shine the light. We're pretty good actually, we're about 170. Now, if you see the redneck switch over here, and New York Half-Ass Prepper probably gonna give me a hard time about it as well. Basically, this controls when the boiler turns on and off. So I can actually program it all the way down to 120 degrees. So whenever the temperature drops, let's say I forget to feed the boiler and temperature drops, this will kick on automatically. But what I did, I basically bypass the whole thing and put a switch. So right now, even if temperature drops to 0, this thing's not gonna kick in. I have to manually turn the switch on to for the boiler to kick in. It's just the way I decide to do it. It's been working fine like this for me. Okay, here's the back of the boiler. So you got a few things. There's a switch up here. Whenever water goes about 200 degrees, this will shut off power to the entire boiler so it can cool off. Then you have to manually press that. And there's the aquastat. Basically, that's what tells the fan to turn on and off. And then all you have is a basic switch that you turn it on and off. And somewhere here is a, there it is a regulator, a circulator, I'm sorry, circulator. Now this also comes with another output, so you can heat 2 buildings at the same time. And on the bottom there's a plug that you can basically just drain it. Whole thing has that hook right there, so you can literally pick it up with a crane or lift, whatever, and move it wherever you have to. Mine's not even sitting on a concrete pad, it just sits on a couple of blocks, and it's been fine. Now, ashes. The wheelbarrow right there, so far this year, I went through, as far as ashes go, about 3 wheelbarrows worth. At the end of the season, I'm just gonna clean up the boiler completely, and I usually just dump it in right here in the woods, because I don't go there, and it works just fine. All right, so the conclusion, is it for you? That's something you're gonna have to answer on your own. It's definitely worth it for me. I was doing a lot of, used to do a lot of remodeling jobs. Now I'm mostly building new houses. Basically, almost all the scraps go in the furnace. Last house, actually, I wind up bringing the full 12-foot trailer of wood scraps into the dump because I had no room. This was filled with wood, and I had no place to store it, so I was almost crying. But yeah, if you're in that kind of business, it's absolutely worth it. You also have to ask yourself, what's your time worth? Because it's a time to split it, stack it, and yeah, my son helped me a little bit, but that's about it. So it was mostly on my own, which I didn't really mind doing it last year because with the COVID and shutdowns and whatnot, I had nothing else to do. I was waiting on the permits. I also bought a new excavator, so I had that here help me with the big pieces that I had sitting here for a while. So I didn't mind doing that. I was kind of looking at it the other way around. If I would pay myself, let's say $200 a day for doing manual labor like that, if it adds up, it's almost the same when I would burn the oil. But I keep the house a lot warmer. I'm not worried about the thermostat. Thermostat's pretty much set at about 74 degrees all the time. It's literally easier to open a window than just mess with the thermostat. So that's kind of takes the pressure of of spending money, if you look at it that way. But it's definitely labor of love. You get the financial return. It's really a long run, and it's more of a being comfortable, and you don't have to worry about the oil going up to $4 because in reality I burn less than one tank a year. Because like I said, I usually burn a little bit in the spring, a little bit in the fall, so I rarely go over more than 100 gallons oil a year. So that's about it. Uh, Feel free to ask questions. You know, I'm not paid by Hawk Energy. I did pay for this furnace out of my own pocket, and I had the furnace as it sits for almost 12 years with literally zero maintenance. I haven't done a damn thing to it. I had a big tree fall in a storm right over the furnace, and it mangled the chimney, the little insert. So I replaced that. That thing just slides in. That's it, and that's it. I haven't done a damn thing to it. You're supposed to put additives to the water, send them for testing or whatnot. I haven't done that, to be honest. There's a little thing on the top that if it goes down, it says add. It means you got to add water. Forgot to show it up, but there's a valve connecting to my main where I just turn it on, and it adds water to the furnace to level that it needs to be, and that's about it. So even if this thing goes out tomorrow, I already got my money's worth twice, so I'm more than happy. So it's more of a long time investment. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please comment. I love the comments. I'll see you next one.